Hello everyone, welcome back to a different video. Obviously this is usually music, but I used to do Airsoft as well, still do. This channel used to be Airsoft, but it's not anymore, it's music. But I might be starting to film a bit more Airsoft videos. So for that, because it's getting back to the warmer months, so it's getting back to Airsoft season, I'm going to give you an overview of my guns. I've got pistols, snipers, rifles, SMGs. I've got 4 guns today. Might be getting more over the summer if I have my job by then. I'm looking at the ASG Mark 1 Tactical Sniper at the moment. That looks like quite a cool gun. And I do need to get an AEG because all my guns except for my sniper are gas. And in the winter months when I want to go play, it's just not holding up. So I think I'm getting the Daniel Defense Mark 18, if that is the name of it. No, it's Delta Armory, that's it, sorry. Delta Armory Mark 18 with fake EO tech, handguard, suppressors, just all the basic stuff that would be on a normal operator's rifle, and then a few internals as well. But that's enough rambling on about that. Let's actually get on with the video. So, first, we have my Raven EU17. With a camo paint job. Woodland camo, which I actually did myself. And yeah, it's a very cool gun. I like it. Easy to disassemble. We did have a few issues with the magazine, which I shall get onto in a moment. And yeah, just put that back on there. Not supposed to do that, as you can probably assume. It is a bit fiddly though. I had to get a new plastic bit for it because the spring guide wouldn't actually stay in. Little plastic bit at the front there, which makes the spring guard stay in. But yeah, so that's enough about that. So yeah, it's really easy to disassemble. So that's it like that. And then we'll get onto the magazine here, which is the normal standard mag that comes with it, but I painted it, obviously. I got a large one though, extended one, if I'm doing CQB action. I don't want to bring my SMG in. So I got this, 50 round magazine, green gas blowback, just like my other guns. And yeah, this is the gas we'll be using today, just Abbey Predator Ultra gas. So yeah. Then we'll be doing all the shooting on .25s today, because that's usually a base round for them. Yeah, I'll get it loaded up with a few .25s now. I would use the extended mag, but there's not really a point to use it today. Now this does seem to have a few feeding problems at the moment, so I'm hoping it doesn't. Oh. I think this costed, it was in a bundle, so it came with green gas and everything, but I think that it costed me, it cost £70 off Patrol Base, where I get all my Airsoft stuff from. Look. Because it's Britain's #1 Airsoft site, in my opinion. You've got, for like upgrades and stuff, I use Bullseye Country Sport, which is another good one. But yeah, I just love Patrol Base for like guns, tactical gear, things like that. So we shall get on with this now. Stop feeding, yeah. Sometimes it doesn't sit. Ooh. Is that why? Wonder why that's happening. So that's it all out of gas. Annoyingly, I didn't put that much in it. So I'll just get rid of the rest of the rounds here. It's having a few feeding problems. I might have to look into that later. It shouldn't be when I dropped it because it's quite a strong. So this mag seems to have a few feeding problems at the moment. I'm not sure if it's the magazine itself or it's the pistol. I feel like it's more the magazine, which is why I got the extended one, because this one's been having problems. So it's more in case it doesn't work. So, yeah, that was my Raven EU-17, which is basically just a Glock 17. So we'll put that to the side now, and we shall get on to what gun should we use now. I think we'll go on to my SMG, which we'll get to in just a second. Let me just load up the speed loader a few. And now we shall get onto my SMG, which is the Vorsk VMP1X. So this is an upgraded version on the normal Vorsk VMP1. This comes with more Picatinny rail mount, comes with a larger suppressor, which I've taken up for a little muzzle brake. Foldable stock, which comes on the normal muzzle. I just quite like it. I more use it as a pistol, to be honest, though, usually with my sniper. So I just really like how this thing shoots. Here is one of the mags for it, which I was showing earlier. 50 round capacity magazine, double stack magazine, and it's just a lovely gun in my opinion. Shoots perfectly. It's second hand. That pistol wasn't, but Raven aren't known for their quality, so I might upgrade that onto an Army Armament 1911 if I can in the future. I've had my eye on that for a while. So we'll get this loaded up. They're a bit fiddly to load up, but not the worst. Also, the new Vorsk VMP2 came out recently, like that assault rifle and DMR, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I really like it. It's green gas, so it'll only have summer capability, really, or like spring, summer months, which is why I've been talking about getting an AEG, because to be honest, I do think, as much as I hate them, unless you've got the money for a HPA or Springer like Novrik SSG-10 for sniping, to be frankly honest, AEG is just the way to go. They're a lot more reliable than green gas, and like they're just cheaper to run. Like, to be honest, mid-cap magazines for Mark 18s, M4s, things like that, with green gas magazines or CO2, they'll cost a fortune, probably about 50, 60 quid for one. You could get like a set of 6 for those on AEG mid-caps just because there's less functioning parts in them. So AEGs are just the way to go, and there's so many more upgradable parts for them. So as much as I don't like them, I am going to get one in the future. So yeah, here we are with my Vorsk VMP1X. It's got full auto and semi-auto, so here's the semi-auto. then we'll give it a little bit of full auto. It is just a great gun. I just love it. Also, mine, it should have a little screw there if you can see on the back, but it doesn't, so you can take it out if you want. Do a bit of just about stock, which I think is a bit odd to do, but you can do it on mine. There we are. That's that gun. Let me just get rid of the last few BBs here. So yeah, that's that. And now we shall come on to my newest purchase. Love this gun as well. Let me just put the Vorsk VMP1X back. I won't be able to shoot this one. The magazine's got an issue with it at the moment. But this is my Golden Eagle AR-15 gas blowback rifle. Picked this up for £130 on used Airsoft. It has got new metal upgraded receiver. This suppresses mine. It's got a G&G armament, foregrip on it. It's got the normal lower. So you got the upper and lower. It's got the normal lower, which is annoyingly plastic. Not even a polymer, just cheap plastic. Pros and cons about this gun then. Pros, it looks beautiful. Like, paint job wasn't done by me. I'm nowhere near good enough for this. It's got a lovely feel to it. The metal's lovely. Like, physically, it's beautiful. I'll show you the magazine. Here it is. I was trying to get it to work earlier, but it wasn't. Physically, it's a lovely gun. And that's really all I can say about it. It's a budget gas blowback rifle. It's like 202 quid off, I believe, Golden Eagle's site or Bullseye Country Sport. It's not going to perform well, realistically. It's a great back garden gun, but to be frankly honest, to get it to perform well at other levels like Toko Marui levels and WS's, TMWs, things like that, you're going to need to spend the same amount of money on upgrades that it would take to just buy a Toko Marui. Maybe it's good for CQB. I think this shoots 30 metres, so 100 feet, which isn't bad at all. But to be frankly honest... Fucking hell, that's a wasp. Jesus. But to be frankly honest, with what you can get out there for gas blowback, I wouldn't buy this. I brought it because I think it's quite nice. But honestly, unless you have the money to do upgrades and you don't want to buy an 8K, but that's not saying there isn't M4 gas blowback rifles, that Toko Marui, MWS, the Vorsk making one. Their newest gas blowback is only 270 quid. They're shooting about 350 FPS straight out the box. For a budget gas blowback rifle, that's good. It's just, I haven't chronoed this because I don't have a chrono, so I don't know what it's shooting at. But to be honest, I wouldn't buy it. I would stay away from it and save your money. If you really want to go into gas blowback, either buy that Vorsk VMP2 or really, yeah, just not buy this. It's really not worth it, in my opinion. Just shut the window here. There you go, window shut now. Anyway, let me go back onto this gun. So, I'll put the magazine in because it holds it. And yeah, this is it with the magazine in. It's a really long gun. Obviously, it's not this long normally, but due to the upgraded receiver, it's quite long. It's nice. It feels nice to hold. It's heavy. And also a thing I learned, the mags are unreliable. Like, if this wasn't sitting in the magazine holding area properly, so I gave it a little tap in, and now it's leaking at the bottom, and they're 60, 70 quid, well 50, 60, sorry, to buy one. So gotta think, if you're going out for like a weekend milsim, or off to, let's say, National Airsoft Festival in the UK, in England, at Ground Zero Airsoft, because I'm going to it this year, I won't be bringing this, because I've got one mag for it, and like a set of 3 or 4 which will last you a game day. Is probably, that's going to cost you upwards of 120, 160 quid. It's not, gas blowback, you have to have a good source of income to be able to fund it. So I would either, the only gas blowback rifles I suggest if you're getting into beginners, if you're beginning in gas blowback, Vorsk, they make really good guns. That was 140, the SMG, and that shoots perfectly. That outguns this, and that's saying a lot. It's like, it's not a bad gun, but to be frankly honest, I wouldn't buy it. Just because if I was coming from a standpoint and I didn't want it just for the sake of it, because it's a cool gun, I wouldn't buy it. Honestly, if you're getting into airsoft, I would stick AEG or spring snipers if you want to go sniper. Because, yeah, they just work so much better. So we'll move on to my next gun, which is my favourite gun, Novridge SSG-10A1. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. It has got a Theta Optics 2.5 to 10 times scope on it, which is absolutely beautiful. Crystal clear, probably. Yeah, it's crystal clear. I'm out, there's a big field and there's like a big farm, probably not a kilometre, probably 3/4 of a kilometre away, and you can see beautifully up there. It is such a good gun straight out the box. If you can get, they do springs, I think it goes from an M90 spring all the way up to M220. In the UK, most fields have a limit of 500 FPS, so the spring you've got in here is fine. I think that's the M140, M150 spring they give you stock. And that's shooting 450 FPS. I'm getting the M180 spring because the field I play at is 700 FPS limit, I think. Unless it's changed. It might have changed recently. But yeah, this gun is amazing. It's an absolutely lovely thing. I'll shoot it in a moment for you lot. So let me just grab this magazine here. It's a 28 round clear mag, so you can see how many rounds are in it. Easy to load. Like, Novridge makes some high-quality stuff. That is a great starting sniper to use. You find them second-hand for about 200 quid. It's only 299 new, which obviously is a lot of money. But when it's going up against, like, I don't know what the name of it is. Like the TS51 or something like that. Silverback SRS. Which I think they still make it. I would pick that over the SRS. It's just a beautiful gun. It's lightweight, easy to hold around. If you get a sling for it, throw it on your back. It's lovely. I've used that at so many games. I've only cleaned it twice and it shoots perfectly. Oh, and the hop-up. We should talk about the hop-up on it, because that is just wow. I usually shoot this on .36s. It's just .28, .25s today, just because they're the most I have, and I don't really want to waste my .36s because they're like 9 quid a bottle. Which isn't that much, but yeah. Right. There's I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little switch there, which is the hop up. It's so easily adjustable. Like, you move it up or down, like forward and back, and it is just so easy to use. It's like Novridge. It's the VS. Basically, if you go with the VSR platform, VSR 10, because it's SSG 10, that's Novridge Sniper Support Gunner line. If you're going to go with the VSR platform, Toko Marui, Novridge, Silverback, I think they make one. You can't go wrong. They are brilliant guns out the box straight away. It's like, you could bring it, it's field ready. straight away. Like, no upgrades needed to it. So, yeah, I'll just give it a little shot now. Ooh, hello. Well, one's gotten stuck in there. We'll just move that out of the way. Yeah, that is one issue with Gbbr SSG 10s, or the A1 model, which I've got, because the A3 model's like 500 quid. They can be a little bit tricky. Yeah, they can just be a bit tricky when loading, but the mags are like 9 quid. And that's what I'm saying. If it was a gas blowback sniper, that mag would cost about not 90, but 40, 50. I'm saying it again, gas blowback is a very expensive thing to get into. Well, let me just move it, the barrel, for you guys. But yeah, gas blowback, whilst it makes realism so much more, Airsoft realism so much more accessible, like, because obviously you've got the function of the slide going back, so it's recoiled, you've got to adjust your shot a lot more. It's expensive, and it's always going to be. You can't really play gas blowback Airsoft on a budget. I'm not saying there isn't ways around it. You could go on used airsoft sites, maybe try and find some. Saw someone selling a TM MWS gas blowback with 6 mags on there on used airsoft recently. But again, that's 800 quid, and that's with the mags. Like, that is a crazy deal. And I know 800 quid sounds like an absolute rip-off for a fake gun that is trying to copy an actual one. But a TM MWS, which is one of the best guns in Airsoft, one of the best rifles ever made for gas blowback. The gas blowback community, myself included, will say nothing really outperforms a TM MWS. I think that's the company who makes it. It's an MWS either way. It's such a good gun, and there's nothing else really that can compete with it straight out the box. I got the chance to shoot one, and I'm telling you, like, the trigger response and things is absolutely wonderful on it. And that had a suppressor, in a barrel upgrade, optic, foregrip, laser, flashlight, and with the 6 max as well. That would be field ready straight away, and you wouldn't have to clean it that often because it will just work. It's 800 quid though. Gas blowback, again, the gas rifle community in Airsoft, gas blowback rifles, is not easy to get into. Obviously there's used guns, but if you're buying used, just be wary, because 1, you could either be scammed, or 2, you may not get a good deal. That's why I always, if you're going to buy gas blowback and you have the money, just buy new. But yeah, beginners should just go into AEGs, in my opinion. So, with all that said, they're all my Airsoft guns. My favourite, probably ranking them in order, SSG 10, Force VMP Watt and X. The Raven would have been second at the moment, the E17, but the issue is it's got feeding problems apparently. I might just actually try it with the other mag, just to make sure it is the gun. It's the mag and not the gun. Because this mag was like 33 quid, this new one. Right, there we are, we're loaded up with gas. No leaks, which is good. That's also another thing with gas mags, you got to maintain them or they will leak. You don't need to do that with AEG mags. That's what I'm trying to get at here when talking about gas blowback. The reason I haven't touched on HPA is because I've never used a HPA gun, so I can't really talk about them. HPA is just like compressed air. If you want to know about HPAs, I would go to Airsoft Cam Man Extra, his second channel. He does a lot on it. and apparently a company recently came out with a budget HPA piston, which is still like 250 quid, so it's not budget friendly at all. Well, it is if it's the cheapest you're gonna get. Don't know how good it was. I didn't watch the entirety of the video. So yeah. So let me just try this. So I think it is the that magazine that's the issue, because this one's got no problems. So yeah. Obviously, I haven't touched on HPA here because I don't know enough about it to make comments. But yeah, this was just my... Let me just finish it off, finish the gas off here. So you are supposed to leave a little bit of gas in the mags. But yeah, again, haven't touched on HPA, don't know enough about it. Maybe in the future, but that is even more expensive than gas blowback, so difficult again. Yeah, that was my video on what guns I use, what usually I bring to the field if I'm going to a game. Got one at the end of March, so I'll bring my GoPro and film some footage for you lot. But yeah, that was what I usually run in a game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. If you've got any questions on how to get started in Airsoft, what like budget guns to use, what gear you should use to get into a game, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.